You know, the Bible says that in the last days that the love of many will grow cold. How do we know that's true today? I don't know about you, but I grew up in the 80s when people would just turn up at your house unannounced and you were so excited to see them, and my parents would say, put the kettle on, let's get some samosa, so and so is at the door. And you would just be excited, to see a new face at the door. It was just so nice. And there was such a warm welcome to see somebody come to the door, your relatives, your cousins that you hadn't seen for a long time, or a friend that you hadn't seen for a long time. Fast forward to 2025. What happens if someone turns up at your door today? You know, they're not met with a warmth and an embrace, but instead, like, okay, so what are you doing here? They need to text you, they need to call you, they need to let you know that they're coming. And there isn't a warm welcome anymore. If you were to turn up unannounced at a friend's house, at a cousin's house, that's supposed to be a Christian, you know, it's particularly Christian people I'm talking to, would you be welcomed? Would you be embraced with a nice warm hello, how are you? Or would it be like, okay, because I remember once that happened to me years ago, with a so-called cousin. And I genuinely just went to see her to see if she's okay. But I think she thought I was there for other reasons, which was pretty sad because I had nothing but love in my heart. I was just passing through that, street and shopping. I just thought just pop in and say hello. But yeah, how people are so suspicious today of you, of your motives and why you're there and you're after something. That just goes to show how far away we've come from the love of God and how cold our love is for one another. The innocence is gone. The simplicity, of hospitality is gone. Just wanted to say hi. There's no motive. Now you're just looking out for yourself. Or what if they do this? So what? If they're a fellow believer of Christ and they love, that they love God and they turn up at your house, why not? And the Bible even says that, we've entertained strangers at sometimes, not knowing that we've entertained angels. So what am I saying? Just let anybody into your house? No, what I'm saying is like, let's not be so stiff-necked and be so, stubborn and rebellious. Let's be warm and loving. Let's bring back that, that love that we once had. The Bible says, the love of many will go cold. Just make sure it doesn't happen to you, my brother and my sister, because, we can see how cold it's getting, even in believers. And it's time it changed. I hope this has encouraged you, and I hope that, it does challenge you to be more loving and to allow people to just, have the grace to say hi if they're just passing. Be inconvenienced. It's okay. God bless you, and I'll see you in the next video. We're here to love one another and serve one another as believers of Christ. It's not just about us. You just don't know who needs you today. Just be that neighbor that Jesus talks about that you should love. God bless you. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.